What's going on, everybody? So we're going to be talking about HEX, PulseX, and PulseChain today. But first things first, let's talk about Bitcoin and what's going on in the market, because I know a lot of people are wondering that as well. So right now we're looking at Bitcoin right here. Bitcoin is at $37,913 at the current moment, and it's taken a hell of a beating. And this was pretty much something that, like, if you really looked at it, you could see it coming. So let's scroll down here and talk about the chart really quick before I want to really jump on HEX and whatnot. So here is what we're looking at right now. I've drawn out some lines of like support and areas that I kind of want to see this go to, and where areas that I don't want to see this go to. So currently right now we are sitting all the way down here. And if we were to go any lower, I would expect us to go to about 36K. So at 36K, we have a high range of support, but should things fail and go further down, we will be looking at about a 32K range. And should things from there fail, we're probably looking at 28, and anything below 28, we're going to have to completely come back and reevaluate things. So I've been saying this for quite a while on my Twitter. We'll go over that here in a minute, but as far as the upside goes, we're really going to have to get back to that 40K range, guys. I mean, everybody was complaining when we were at the 40K range, but now that's the range that you probably want to see Bitcoin at compared to the current prices that we're at right now. So if we can get back to 40K, there's a nice level of support there. And from there, if we can push up to about 43, we have to pass this 43,000 line. We have to get into that 44, 45K range. And if we can do that, we should be able to push up to about 46, and we have to hold 46. If 46 doesn't hold, expect probably a complete repeat of this here, and we'd probably drop back down to about 43 to 40K, and we'd probably be on edge all over again. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much what I'm looking at in just like a really quick overview of just looking at the Bitcoin chart. This is something I did want to share though on Twitter. So if you guys aren't following me on Twitter, definitely do so, because I share things a lot faster on there than I do on here. As you can see, today is the 21st, and I shared this on January 19th, which was like 2-3 days ago from today's date. And I pretty much just did this really quick drawing because I was strapped for time. I was in the middle of somewhere and I really couldn't just sit there and like pull out a chart and whatnot and draw like actual like trend lines and stuff. So pretty much what I drew here was I expected Bitcoin to pretty much have a really nice pump up, and after that pump up there was going to be a bull trap. Like, it was obviously, you could obviously see that coming. So I was like, nah dude, I'm gonna have to get out of this. And as we all know, Bitcoin pumped up to about like $43,800, and right after that pumped straight down. And as you can see, I drew this line way below 38,000 because I was like, well, we're probably going to touch about 37 if this were to really fall through. And as you can see here, looks like Bitcoin really did play out the way I thought. And the next few days are going to be very telling as to where Bitcoin's going. We have a lot of things hovering above crypto right now and above the markets and the general world economy in general, like things like the tensions between Russia and Ukraine. We have pretty much the environment that we're still trying to keep track on, like carbon footprints and stuff like that. We also have inflation and recession and a lot of things kind of like wavering over the global markets right now and the economy globally in general. And as you can see right here, Russia, China block U.S. attempts at sanctions after North Korea leader Kim Jong-un threatens to resume nuclear and missile tests. So we have a lot of things going on right now, guys. And taking care of the markets is the last thing that is on the minds of many of the people who are at the level of dealing with other countries. So this is definitely going to be something to keep in mind here. We also have the virus thing still going on and stuff like that. So there are a lot of things that can potentially turn into black swans. So definitely keep an eye on that. But let's talk about HEX. So what exactly is HEX? HEX is the first CD blockchain, also known as Certificate of Deposit blockchain, which actually offers high interest, no minimum, and decentralized design. So HEX was launched by Richard Hart, who is also launching the PulseX and PulseChain. And right now there's a sacrifice going on for the PulseX. PulseChain sacrifice has already gone by. Shout out to my uncle, because my uncle actually really put me on HEX pretty early. And he also put me on a Cardano really early, as well as at like 6 cent early. He also, I think, put me on HEX at around 6 cents. He was hovering around here way before that, but definitely shout out to him for putting me on both of these at 6 cents. He has a lot of information when it comes to HEX, Cardano, and other things. So definitely check his channel out, because his channel is growing, and you're probably missing out on some very, very decent opportunities by not doing so. Not financial advice. None of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but definitely check out his page, guys, because he has some very, very great TA and some very great information when it comes to crypto and just economics in general on his channel. But anyways, guys, so this is HEX right here. HEX stakes average is about 38% APY. Let's scroll down here. So pretty much Richard Hart is making a new Ethereum fork, which is going to be the PulseChain. And PulseChain is pretty much going to be replacing Ethereum. So there's going to be no gas fees. Things are going to be completely cheap, fast, just as fast as ETH, if not faster. And things are just going to run 10 times better than Ethereum, which is what is being promised. And I'm 100% sure that what's being promised is going to be executed at this point. So let's go ahead and take a look at PulseChain really quick. So with PulseChain goals, so their goals pretty much are to increase Ethereum's value. So Ethereum's fees will be lowered by sharing its load. And then they're also going to be enriching ETH users, because PulseChain will be able to re-enable price out use cases. So instead of actually launching empty, PulseChain brings the entire ETH system state and ERC20s. So this pretty much rewards holders and founders of Ethereum based products. So after that, they also have the same thing with NFT users as well. So if you have NFTs on your MetaMask and you're participating with PulseChain, your NFTs will pretty much end up on your MetaMask as well on Ethereum and on PulseChain. So we also have the easy to use. So if you have a MetaMask wallet, it just works. That's that simple. You only have to change a few simple settings to access PulseChain, which there are tons of videos on how to change those settings. So you can easily look that up. And there's also information on Richard Hart's actual Twitter page and his YouTube channel. Definitely follow him on there if you guys are not, because he is a great source of information. So when I was calling Bitcoin to go down to 30K, 37K, he was calling it way before that, he was calling it while everybody was bullish and we were heading up to 60 something. He called the top pretty much like on the dot, guys. So he's called the top quite a few times now. So he's definitely somebody that you guys want to pay attention to. And he's also created HEX, which is one of the largest, if not the largest and quickest appreciating asset within the past year. So we're also going to be going over that as well. So let's see. So pretty much the lower PulseChain fees actually serve more users. PulseChain increases the throughput of Ethereum 4 times by using 3-second block times. So Ethereum's average block time is around 13 seconds. So that's way, way faster than Ethereum. It also removes pollution. So this is a big one for me, because as you guys know, I'm a big fishing and environmental person and stuff like that. So I do a lot with going out and removing waste and stuff like that, because I live in Florida. I'm close to the Gulf, so why not? You know what I mean? So when I go fishing or I'll go out there kayaking, if I see anything, I'll bring a trash bag with me while I'm out there having fun. And anything I find, I'll throw in a trash bag and just continue on with the day. But anyways, so pretty much by replacing proof of work miners with proof of stake validators, PulseChain doesn't burn or waste any energy, making it environmentally friendly. And then it also improves game theory. Pulse has 0% inflation. Validators only earn fees, and 25% of the fees are burnt to reduce the circulating supply. So it is a deflationary asset by nature. It also empowers PulseChain holders, because Pulse's native token, PLS, can be staked and delegated to validators that reward the delegators with the largest percentage. So let's go over the sacrifice phase. So I'm going to go ahead and try to explain exactly what the sacrifice phase is really quick. So pretty much what the sacrifice phase is it's an expression of freedom, so that makes it tax deductible. And pretty much what everybody is doing is they're sacrificing certain cryptos that are applicable on the PulseChain sacrifice, PulseX sacrifice details page. And any of the cryptos listed that you are sacrificing puts you into the sacrifice phase. So once you sacrifice that crypto, you're pretty much giving your crypto without technically expecting anything back in return. So there's not a 100% chance that you're going to get anything back in return, if you guys catch my drift. So this is pretty much going to be giving an airdrop, possibly. It'll possibly be giving an airdrop of Pulse tokens, and it'll be a set amount depending on the amount that you have sacrificed. So you guys are really going to have to catch my drift on this one, because I'm not just going to go out there and just open and blatantly go ahead and say the things that I would like to say. So pretty much the PLS supply actually increases with the amount sacrificed. So pretty much the more that is sacrificed, the more the supply increases. So the sacrifice set can actually mint 1 free pulse per sacrifice at a sacrifice point. And there's also a lot more info on the sacrifice phase that I'm not going to go into, but there's also been things like donations that have been made to the Sens.org donation. And that has actually raised 25 million and upward of that amount, because I'm pretty sure it's way more than that now. So definitely look into the sacrifice phase, just to kind of show you guys a live representation of the sacrifice phase, because PulseChain sacrifice is over. Let's go ahead and check out the PulseX sacrifice. So this is the PulseX sacrifice. So the PulseX sacrifice has started. The total USD sacrifice so far is right here. So that's a lot of money, guys. We're heading up there, guys. We're almost going to hit that billion mark. So right now we are at I have to do commas, guys. I have to do commas. So please give me a minute here. All right, so we're at $942 million right now. So this is an estimate and only includes sacrifices on the Ethereum chain. So there's been 550 million HEX sacrificed. There's been 225 million Ethereum. And then here are the other coins that have been sacrificed as well. Oh, wow, there's Wise token on the bottom. Surprised to see that one. So pretty much right now, the sacrifice rate will increase by 5% in this amount of time. And this will constantly be on a changing basis, because the rate, it actually changes over time. So the longer you wait, the less that you may receive in return. So as you can see here, the rate per 10,000 sacrifice points. So let's say you wait till this day, that's going to go up to about here. You wait all the way to this point, it's going to go up to up here. So like the longer you wait, and then at the end, it's going to top out here, and you're not going to get as much for the dollar on the sacrifice rate. So that's how these sacrifice works. There's definitely other videos that probably explain the sacrifice in more detail, but I'm just doing a really quick overview on what all of this is. I'll probably be knocking out some more videos on this later that have more detail. So pretty much this is the same as the PulseChain sacrifice. Just like with the PulseChain sacrifice, the PulseX sacrificers will get a volume bonus multiplier of up to 2.5x. Everyone's sacrifice is publicly viewable as well during the period by checking the public balances of the sacrifice address lists on each chain. So this is the way that you might actually know when you want to sacrifice some more to move up in the rankings. So there's also information on here on how things like the volume bonus works, the last 5 days, and how to check your rankings and things like that. So pretty much, let's talk about what PulseX is now that we talked about a little bit about what PulseChain is. So pretty much, PulseX is designed to increase in value. So it's the best asset class in history, along with HEX and PulseChain. So pretty much what PulseX is it's going to kind of be like a swap type platform. So pretty much kind of going to be like a Pancake or a Uniswap type thing. So it's going to be like that, guys. So like, it's not going to be, so this is how I look at it. HEX is Bitcoin. PulseChain is Ethereum. PulseX is going to be your Uniswap and stuff like that. So that's how I look at this here, and that's pretty much what PulseX is. So let's go ahead and check out Richard Hart's page really quick. I want you guys to see who's behind all of this. So this is Richard Hart's page on Twitter. If you guys aren't following him on Twitter, definitely do so. So he's the multi-billion-dollar founder of PulseX, PulseChain, and HEX, which has 10,000x in price. So let's go back here really quick so you guys can kind of see the amount of movement that HEX has done. Let's go to the max here, if we can get that to load for us. So HEX has gone from pretty much nothing all the way up to about like the 50 cent range. So that's a really, really, really big move. It's made a ton of millionaires, because imagine, here, let me grab my calculator out if I can. My computer acts really, really retarded whenever I have a video running. So let's say you bought $1,000 worth of HEX. Let's just say you bought it back in November of 2020 at 0.0033. So we'll divide 1,000 by 0.0033. And then we'll times that. Let's say you held all the way up to 50 cents. So you had $151,000 off of that $1,000 investment. And that's just from jumping in back in November of 2020, I think that was, or 2021. No, that had to have been November of 2020. My bad, guys. So November of 2020. So with that being said, imagine the people that got in all the way back here with more than $1,000. Or imagine the people that got in at that same point with $10,000. So let's say you jumped in with $10,000 and you jumped in at the same rate. You got 3 million HEX, and then HEX jumped up to about 50 cents. You ended up with $1.5 million. And if you're still holding, then kudos to you, because you're still racking up those T-shares and staking. So that's that right there, guys. Let's jump back over here to Richard's page, though. So pretty much he's raised $27 million for the Sens.org Foundation. And we're going to check that out right here really quick, because I also want to put these guys out up on here. So as you guys can see, the Sens Research Foundation works to develop, promote, and ensure widespread access to therapies that cure and prevent the diseases and disabilities of aging by comprehensively repairing the damage that builds up in our bodies over time. So pretty much we are defining the way the world researches and treats age-related ill health. So while inspiring the next generation of biomedical scientists. So pretty much, guys, this is the Sens Foundation right here. They have a lot of things that you can look up. You can look up the outreach to keep up to date on the SRF, which is the latest news and activities, the education that goes behind everything, and the research as well. So if you guys want to check out the Sens.org and do a great thing for the greater good, definitely go ahead and do so, because I am all for that as well. So this is the Sens Foundation. So this is what Richard is promoting right now, and he does a lot of talk about like self-help and things like that. So I'm definitely going to have to come back and do a lot better of a video, because it's super early in the morning today, guys. I had a coffee and I don't think I needed the coffee. So now I'm like overstimulated or whatever. I really shouldn't, like, speaking of like age related illnesses, I probably shouldn't have drank all that sugar and caffeine and whatnot and put that in my body. So this is like the worst page to be sitting on right now. But anyways, guys, that's HEX. So definitely go look into HEX if you guys are interested in it. That's all I've got for today's video. Also, go ahead and check my uncle's page out as well at Retro Crypto. I'll leave a link in the description below. If you guys have any comments, questions about HEX or anything that I might be able to answer or route you in the right direction as to where you can get an answer, definitely ask them in the question section below, the comments, and I will get to you as soon as possible. But anyways, guys, that's all I've got for today's video. If you like my content, I really appreciate you guys for coming and checking out the channel. I just love doing these videos because it kind of gives me something to pass time and possibly help out others by sharing some very valuable information in my own personal opinion. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys in the next one.